Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading-solutions.com on a Tuesday, 6th February. Another lackluster trading day. Let's get right into the charts. We actually put on some put protection today for some of our members in the SPY, going out a few weeks, actually about 4 or 5 weeks. Let's go ahead and start. NASDAQ chopping around back and forth against the highs. Big, not a lot of movement here. S&P similarly, actually S&P very narrow today. You can see, what's going to break this. We've got a bond auction tomorrow. Rates have been driving this thing also in the last couple of days, other than all the data we had last week and the mega caps reporting. In fact, NVIDIA and AMD are pulling back pretty good today. Meta is also pulling back from that monster earnings report that it had earlier. So we'll see how that goes. Nothing really in the Russell as well, very narrow. Again, this could obviously resolve in two manners. It can go higher, make another new high on the S&P and the NASDAQ, we're kind of it's getting, tape seems a little heavy to me. There's a lot of stuff under the surface going on that could, again, rates are going to be the big deal. Let's get into that real quick. So rates jumped since the non-farm payrolls on Friday. Up until Friday, really the market wasn't bothered by it. So this is the key. If rates jump above 420, that I think will upset the stock market. Up to this point, it hasn't done so yet. Also, the dollar, I wrote about this over the weekend. The dollar also pulling back at sea level. So we're some critical levels here on the dollar and interest rates. We have a bond auction tomorrow and Thursday. I think that's really going to drive prices going forward. Again, under the surface, we've got some pullbacks happening along all the mega caps. Still a mixed bag, still very narrow trading. We'll see what happens. Now, notable, rates. We have some levels now that developed over the last couple of days in the interest rate market. The 2-year and the 5-year have some decent levels coming up here. We'll see if, and then, obviously clear levels of demarcation here at 108.29 on the 5-year and also the 10-year. So these could be in play coming up here. The dollar, obviously, if it breaks above that high, heads up to 105.5. So again, very interesting kind of dynamics right now. Regarding any of the currencies, nothing really happening. Gold just chopping around in here. Copper looked like it was going to go, and now it's falling back down. So there's nothing going on there. Oil also looks like it wants to hold right above the 70 mark. Maybe it keeps going. Again, this is another market that's been very, very quiet, very dead. We'll see what happens. And then as we speak, we have nat gas finally possibly breaking 2. This is going to be another critical level. Let's see how far they can take it down, or is this going to be the low? Been watching this forever, been talking about it forever. We'll see if this actually means anything. Remember, nat gas has been as low as 150. So are we headed there now, or is this going to be a washout? This will be interesting. Some opportunities coming up in the nat gas market. So, that pretty much sums it up. Market's feeling a little heavy to me. I could be totally wrong. Just looking at some of these stocks under the surface, what's happening with AMD is pulling back pretty good today off of a level, by the way. So you see that level up here, kind of a drop-based rally. It's kind of hanging on here. NVIDIA, that's also hit a high of 700. It's holding right at this gap at 664. Very volatile. We'll see if it breaks that. Then it's probably going down to 600. That's an opportunity probably waiting here. You'd see it actually held right at that gap And then the other stock that obviously is everybody's looking at is Tesla. That's trying to hang on here, barely 175. Next level is about 150 on Tesla. And then other mega caps, Apple, which we're in, by the way, struggling to get above 188. It's kind of just hanging around. If it breaks above 188, then it should have a straight shot at 194. Whether that happens soon enough here, we'll have to see what happens. And that pretty much sums it up. So again, we'll see. There's not a lot of econ news. I think the bond auctions this week will be important. And then we got some other earnings, but nothing, of these key these bellwether stocks. They're all kind of done reporting for now, unless NVIDIA is coming up in about 2 weeks, I believe. So, but other than that, the bond auctions, more Fed talk, interest rates, the dollar, keep an eye on all that. Breadth, also, is it going to widen and whatever, and that kind of thing. So that's really what you look at right now in terms of the indexes and so forth. I think it's more important. Interest rates, I think, to me, interest rates in the dollar are really worth watching. So, anyways, if you have any inquiries about buying protection on the SPY, if you have a portfolio you want to cover, I did a class on that about 7 months ago, right when the market was peaking in July. Probably time to do that again. If you have any inquiries about that, I haven't set it up yet, but we'll be talking about that pretty soon coming up here. I think it's apropos. Okay, support at Transparent Trading Solutions. If you have any other questions, contact me there as well. And we'll see what happens to the end of the week. Very interesting to see if we're ready for a pullback of any meaningful substance, or we're just going to chop around here for a little bit. Okay. All right. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on Friday. Take care.